I am a Sonic fan. Shocker, I know. Pretty much all the videos I've ever made have been Sonic related in some way. So I figured, why not rank all the mainline Sonic games? Unscripted, of course. Because there's a lot I have to say about them. So I'm not gonna waste any time here. I'm just gonna get right into it. Sonic 1. Sonic 1, out of all the classic Sonic games, is typically regarded as the worst, or just a starting point for the series. And people always say, oh, Sonic 2 and 3 perfected what Sonic 1 started. But I kinda disagree. I think, on its own, Sonic 1 is a fantastic game. There's a lot in it that I really like, and there's a bit that I don't like. It usually comes underclassed by Sonic 2, which people regard as, like, the purest version of classic Sonic, because it's faster, but that's just something I don't agree with. Sonic 1 is of the philosophy, which is true of all the good Sonic games, that you aren't meant to just go through it quickly in one run. You are meant to examine these levels over and over again to perfect them, get the best score, and keep your rings to the end. And I think that's Sonic 1 is the best version of that. It's short, it's sweet, and the slower levels, they're not that bad. Especially if you learn them, you can get through them in the same, slightly longer amount of time as, like, Green Hill or Spring Yard or Starlight. The exception is, of course, Labyrinth Zone, but I'm gonna say something controversial and say that that's my favorite zone in Sonic 1. Maybe it's just because I'm a contrarian, but I genuinely always look forward to Labyrinth Zone every playthrough on the 16:9 version. Sonic 1 in 4x3, despite being the intended way to play, is just substantially worse, and the extra screen space adds a lot to the game, and it makes it a lot more beginner friendly. And I do think that while the 16:9 version is a superior way to play the game, I also do have to take into account the way it released. So if the 16:9 version was the primary version, I'd probably put it in S. But considering that it's meant to be played in 4x3, I'm gonna have to put it in A.
That was cool!
Now Sonic 2, on the other hand, I don't like it. I don't like Sonic 2. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. It's fine. It's a fine game. But if I had to choose between Sonic 1 and 2, I'm absolutely choosing Sonic 1. I just think as a cohesive experience, it works a lot more for improving your skill. While Sonic 2, on the other hand, is a lot faster, you get the instant gratification with the spin dash, and I'm not saying the spin dash is a bad move, I think it's fucking great. But there's nothing you can't really get out of Sonic 2 that you couldn't get out of Sonic 3. Sonic 2 is just the awkward middle child to me, where, like, oh, it's faster than Sonic 1, but there's just those little annoyances. Like, people always talk about how there's a bunch of pace breakers in Marble Zone, but it's nothing worse than in something like Metropolis, which is the worst level in any Sonic game. I despise it with a passion. The Death Egg is fun as long as you have enough lives. It's very fun to learn the attacks and get better. And while I haven't beaten Sonic 2 without save states because I'm a fucking little bitch, I've gotten incredibly close. And overall, I'd just say it's not as strong of an experience for me because of all these little annoyances. Like, in Emerald Hill Zone, there's coconuts, right? The monkey. They always seem to take out their coconut that they throw at you right as you're about to hit them. So that 100 rings you had that you were gonna use to get a continue at the end of the level, gone. Gone in an instant in a way you could have barely predicted. And it's just so frustrating. And I'd much rather play a slower experience than Death by 1,000 Cuts fast experience, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to commit Sonic heresy and put Sonic 2 in B tier, right under Sonic 1.
Too easy. Piece of cake.
But Sonic 3 is where it gets interesting. So Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the best classic Sonic game. The story's well conveyed, gameplay is the most refined it's been, the levels have the best theming of the whole classic trilogy. Of course there's some stinkers in there, like Sandopolis is just fine, but when it adds in like the special stage rings, that's when the game really gets going. It has such a focus on exploration, much like Sonic 1 did, more than Sonic 2, and getting all the Chaos Emeralds in Blue Sphere is the best special stage. Sonic 2 special stages are fucking dog shit. I will not listen to anyone that says they're good because they are fucking awful, but Sonic 3 really perfected the art of the special stage. And I can see why they brought it back for bonus stages in Sonic Mania. There's a lot that can be done with Blue Sphere. I mean, there's so many versions if you lock on Sonic and Knuckles to Sonic 1. And this game was just so ambitious and big for the time. And I really do think it is the first S-tier Sonic game. Because you can play as Sonic. The Insta-Shield is my favorite Sonic ability ever. Yes, more than the Drop Dash. You can play as Tails, who can fly for the first time. And this is the first time you can play as Knuckles. This is the introduction of Knuckles. The Master Emerald, Hypersonic. Hypersonic has so much aura that I want it to come back. I understand why it hasn't, but I really do think it deserves to, you know? So I'm gonna put Sonic 3 and Knuckles in S tier.
That was tight!
Sonic CD. Sonic CD is a very interesting game to me. It's like Sonic 2 to me. There's a lot of minor annoyances, like the levels being more vertical, the old style of special stages coming back, getting to the end with 50 rings, with a lot of annoying enemy placements and colors. There's a lot of things that blend really well into the environment, and it gets really frustrating when the level design is flinging you all over the place, and then it sends you into an enemy, and again, you lose your, like, 60 rings that you were going to use to get into the special stage. And the special stages, they're overrated. They're not that good. The depth perception is shoddy at best, and I just don't find myself having fun. They're more stress than they're worth. Sonic CD just isn't as engaging of an experience to me when I'm not going for the good ending, which could be said about Sonic 1 and Sonic 3 and Sonic 2 as well. And I do want to get the good ending with all the emeralds someday, except for Sonic 2 because it's not worth it. But that's another reason why I don't like it. So, if I follow that logic by Sonic CD, I do like it more than Sonic 2 on a principle, but I don't think it's a better game. Because while it is like the purest form of what Sonic 1 could have been with better hardware, it's like the ideal vision of Sonic with the grounded surrealism and the time travel, and there's so much love and care and detail put into this game, especially with the music and opening cinematic. I just don't think it's a better game than Sonic 2 or Sonic 1. So I'm going to put it in either B or C. I'm putting it in C, because it's Sonic CD.
Just made it.
Now, on the other hand, Knuckles Chaotix is a fucking wonderful experience. I understand that it's not a good game. It is, at worst, a bad game, and at best, a serviceable game. But the multiplayer experience is so chaotic, I love it. You never know what's going on, and you're just kind of strung along for the ride, and the entire game is the embodiment of, well, that just happened. So, In good faith, I can't put it above B tier, but I will put it above Sonic 2. Because it was the introduction of Espio, Vector, Charmy, Mighty makes his first reappearance, and his only reappearance until Mania. Mighty has a really fun gameplay style too. Like, so all the characters have like some way to go up the walls except Heavy and Bomb. To go with Knuckles, because Knuckles can climb, Espio can walk up the walls and on ceilings, Vector can also climb up the walls, Charmy can just straight up fly, but Mighty can either jump super far away from the wall onto, like, a platform or, like, another wall, and he has a wall jump, right? But you can also go straight up with the wall jump, and if you spam that, you can go up so fast, and it is so fun. And I haven't beaten the game in single player, but player 2 experience? Great.
Hey y'all, bepis here. Knuckles Chaotix is fucking awesome. Like, it's kinda sucks, but it's also really, really good in a weird way. You don't actually play the levels in order, because there is no order. You're actually just bouncing around between all the different levels, which is really funny because you're also bouncing around all the levels constantly, because the gameplay is fucking bonkers. The tether mechanic is like kinda straightforward in single player. It's a bit much to understand at first, but you get a tutorial so it's not too bad. But in multiplayer, it's absolutely a mess, and it's brilliant. The fun in this game doesn't come from like getting good at it, it's just a blast to play with someone else. Like, you can try to navigate properly and line up holds and all that, but it's more fun and more likely that you'll just get flung around everywhere and somehow end up where you're supposed to be. Some characters are better for this than others. Like Brittany said, Charmy can fly, which kinda sucks, honestly. He's just overpowered, it's not fun. Along with being able to choose from 5 main playable characters at the start, you also get the Combi Catcher, which is basically gambling to choose your character. It also comes with 2 additional characters, Bomb and Heavy, who like really, really suck, but in a funny way. So it's cool. There's also Wetchnia the Fast Hog, who you can only get by doing a bunch of bullshit in the color test menu. I can only imagine he's not like supposed to be in the game, because look at him! And also it crashes the game most of the time. Oh yeah, there's also the bosses that kinda suck a little bit. You get a mini-boss Eggman battle every once in a while playing through all the levels, and then you also get an actual boss in the last playthrough of each level. And none of them are really good or memorable. Pretty easy, but not in a fun way. And lastly, there's the special stages. This one you kinda just fall. I don't know what's up with it. Whatever. And then there's the ones that you get to play at the end of every level, if you have enough rings. And it's pretty much just run, but like a little bit worse. It goes on for too long. Not fun. It's cool though.
Yeah, I feel good.
Now, Sonic 3D Blast. This is a game I've never gotten past the second zone on. I don't have much to say about this game other than it's fine. It's a game you can play for 20 minutes, turn off, and you'll basically get the same experience you would have gotten from beating the game in its entirety. You're not missing much by skipping out on it. I don't want to linger on it for too long, because it's just not a very good game. It's fine, but I have zero desire to play it. But on Genesis hardware, pretty impressive. Sonic CD couldn't get on Genesis hardware, therefore 3D Blast is better than Sonic CD. I'm kidding. It is worse. But Sonic Blast is S tier.
Just made it.
Sonic 4 is not good. Oh, it does.
This song is better than the first one.
Truth Nuke.
Casino.
Sonic 4
Special.
Episode 2 has a much better soundtrack, but that's not saying much.
Oh my god, this is
The soundtrack of this game is clearly for a mobile. That's a really good momentum.
Sorry,
by the way.
yeah, I was gonna say that. Sorry, I forgot. Momentum is not a concept.
The running animation is so fucking bad.
You would expect. I don't know. I'm too spoiled by like good games. Okay. Can I leave, please?
Are you recording your mic audio?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I'm gonna put this in the video.
Please let me out. Okay, spin dash. I go too high. Okay. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. No.
Sisyphus.
Okay. Where do I go? Do I need to leave? Okay. Running did more momentum for me
Oh my
than
god.
rolling into a ball.
You need to fucking go up the other side.
Okay. So okay. All right. So you run.
And like, why is there that disgusting motion blur?
You would imagine a ball would have more like momentum building than your feet.
Sonic 4 is like if the classic Sonic trilogy was rolled into one game, and then you took away Sonic 2 and 3, and then made it Sonic 1 again, but worse, and also a mobile game. Sonic 4 should not exist. It does not deserve to exist. It is a bad game, a bad adaptation of the classics in the modern day, and it's outclassed by basically any other classic Sonic game. And for that, I think it deserves to go in F tier for being a total failure of a video game and adaptation of the classics. Now, Sonic 4 Episode 2, on the other hand, is a huge improvement. It not only gives you access to Episode Metal, which is just playing through Sonic 4 in reverse as Metal Sonic, but playing as Metal Sonic is a perk. I love Metal Sonic. He's one of my favorite characters. He's totally underutilized, and I'm sure my buddy Kyle has a lot to say about this. I'm sure he'll leave a comment about this. It just adds back a lot of what should have been in Sonic 4, and while I don't think it deserves to be praised for adding in things that should have been there from the beginning, I do think it should be praised for being a fun experience. Now, I wouldn't say it's better than any of the original classics, including CD or Chaotix, but it is better than Sonic 3D Blast, because it's just a fun experience. I don't have a bad time playing it.
Just made it.
Sonic Mania is another very interesting case. I think it's probably the pinnacle of classic Sonic. Everything about it is fantastic. The sprite work, the music, the level design, it all works together to make one of the most enjoyable Sonic experiences ever made, if not the most. But the story isn't very good. Don't get me wrong, I love revisiting Chemical Plant as much as the next guy, but there's only so many times you can go to old levels and be like, oh yeah, oh, I'm having a good time. When I play Sonic, I'm tired of seeing old stuff. I love Stardust Speedway. I'm glad it came back, and it provided one of my favorite songs in the entire franchise with Stardust Speedway Act 1. But when you revisit things like Oil Ocean and Lava Reef, who gives a shit, dude? I want to play Sonic fucking Mania. I want new levels. Studiopolis, Press Garden, Titanic Monarch, the other one? They're some of the best classic Sonic levels ever made, especially Studiopolis. It might be my favorite classic Sonic level ever, based on the theme alone, but there's only 4 of them. I will say, Encore Mode does add a lot to the experience with the character switching mechanic, and I would love to see that come back in another classic Sonic game, especially since the last time we got a taste of something kinda like it was in Sonic Advance 3. But if they want to spice up the next classic Sonic game, I think focusing on what they did for Encore Mode is great. But regardless, I want to put Sonic Mania over Sonic 3. But just due to the reused level themes, it really brings it down to me. So I'm going to have to put it under. Now Sonic Adventure. Ooh, this game is good. I'm currently in the process of 100%ing the Sonic Adventure DX bonus stuff to unlock Metal Sonic, because I think that is a great 100% completion award. And while talking about Sonic Adventure, I'm going to put both versions into account. If you get Sonic Adventure DX on PC or Steam, modding it with the Dreamcast conversion and a couple quality of life mods, this is one of the best experiences you can get in gaming, I think. Not so much going for 100%. I find the big missions to be a slog and kind of frustrating when going for 100%, but just playing through the campaign, it's fine. Playing through the campaign is a full experience that comes together well, and it ends on a high note. And I really do think Sonic Adventure, with everything it does, is the best translation of Sonic the Hedgehog into 3D that we've ever gotten. It's not my favorite 3D Sonic game, but it is so purely Sonic that I love it. The grounded surrealism of Sonic 1 is fully present in Sonic Adventure. Like, if you go to Speed Highway, those buildings, you can't see the ground, and it's so cool, it's surreal. And while it's kind of a technical limitation, it's also befitting of the iconography of Sonic 1. Like, think Starlight Zone, think Red Mountain, Windy Valley. Windy Valley is, again, with the grounded surrealism, floating islands, but it looks like it could exist in Sonic's world. And I just think there's something so cool about that. And the way the characters play, it's how you'd expect them to play in 3D, and while the game isn't as refined as I'd like it to be, I do think this is one of the best gaming experiences of all time. And for that, I'm going to put it above Sonic 3. Now, Sonic Adventure 2, on the other hand, holy fuck! It is so good! It is possibly one of the best video games of all time. The story is phenomenal, the music is phenomenal, the gameplay is phenomenal. Everything from Sonic Adventure 1 that returns is refined and perfected. The speed levels are faster, the shooting stuff is way better, the treasure hunting, I know people don't like the radar changes, but I think they're fine. I think the treasure hunting in Sonic Adventure 2 is just as good as the speed stages. I fucking love this game, especially the hero story. The dark story, I don't think the levels and gameplay are as strong, at least for some of it, especially since there are so few shadow levels in it. But overall, as a full package, this game is fucking amazing. There is so much to love, and at the time when it came out, holy shit! This was huge! I mean, even in modern day, this is still one of the highlights of the entire Sonic franchise for a reason. It is so well put together. It is a labor of love for the entire Sonic franchise, and I don't think we'll ever be able to have something as awe-inspiring as Sonic Adventure 2 ever again, because of the heights and peaks of quality that it reaches. It is an S-tier game at heart, and I could not imagine putting it any lower in any circumstance. And the Chow Garden! I didn't even mention the Chow Garden! The Chow Garden is one of the best features in Sonic the Hedgehog! I mean, a pet simulator with such in-depth mechanics? It gives something for everyone. If you want to take it slow, you can go to the Chow Garden and spend hundreds of hours in there, and you still probably won't see everything there is to offer. Because the more emblems you get, the more you can unlock. And again, with the PC version, there's so many good Chow World mods that just make the experience all the better. And I know mods don't have a bearing on the original game, but the fact that there is a community out there dedicated to pushing more and more Chow mods basically every day is beautiful. That's how much this game means to people. That is how good and solid of an experience this game is. And it deserves the highest of S tiers because of how great it is. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I couldn't even do that. Originally, this was supposed to be one long video, but I ended up having to split it into parts because, quite frankly, the editing timeline is impossible to keep track of at this point, and it's extremely laggy. Most of the gameplay in this video was recorded by either me or a friend, but if it wasn't, the source is provided in the description. Now, part 2 isn't looking to be my next video, but if you want it sooner, you know, give a like, it'll let me know. Not just a, you know...
Help me with the algorithm a little, you know what I'm saying? Pass me a blunt.
But my next video is looking to either be on South Park or Team Fortress 2, depending on how long it takes, of course. I'm also looking to make more Sonic videos. I'm very saddened by the lack of uploads on this channel, and I do hope to change it eventually. I just have a lot of projects going on. You know, grind never stops. But thanks for watching, and, you know, check out my other stuff. But don't, because it's really bad. This is the first video that's probably not going to be, like, abysmal dog shit.